The world of whimsy and wonderful magics of many different kinds are often filled with many other types of mages, spellcasters and the like, such as druids, shamans, the ever so wonderful witch doctors. Today, we're going to be tossing all of those in the garbage, because all of these characters are the definition of magician. What's up everybody, StevDeS here, and welcome to another Top 10 to finish off the last week of Scarevember, where we'll be going over the top 10 mages in video games. But first, let's go over a couple rules. Alright, so the rules are... That's better. The rules are that I'm only allowed one per franchise, and they have to come from a video game. Can't be a card game, can't be a manga, can't be any sort of thing. It's gotta be video gaming. Also, they have to use magic in some way or form in order to count on this list. However, druids and shamans are excluded from this. Necromancy's good, pyromancy's good, you know, a lot of the elements are good, but if it's coming from nature, it's not technically the magic I'm looking for. Also, no machines allowed. It's established by some of my honorable mentions. Glover from Glover. Yuna or Lulu from Final Fantasy X. Mumbo Jumbo from Banjo-Kazooie. Medivh from Warcraft. Big Hat Logan from Dark Souls. Father Balder from Bayonetta. Cammy Koopa from Paper Mario, the first one. Vivian from Paper Mario 2. The protagonist from Magica. The Pokemon Delphox. Tingle from Legend of Zelda. How the hell does he turn money into explosions? Dark Magicians from Yu-Gi-Oh! Nita from Brawl Stars. Babidi from Dragon Ball Z. Houdini Splicers from Bioshock. The Phantom from Mario and Rabbids. And King Boo from Luigi's Mansion. And with that, let's get into the top 10 mages in video games. To start us off, gods among mortals, in this world being ravaged by the metalhead scum, one hero, blessed by the gods to contain eco and use it to save this world, hath been blessed by the gods whom left this energy for him. And they're also kind of, bright orange rats.
Oh my god.
I'm of course talking about the Precursors, who left behind all of the machines fueled by eco, the light and dark eco, blessing Daxter when he thought he was cursed. This rowdy bunch of rodents really solidified the end of the Jak trilogy. I don't pay attention to anything after Jak 3. The reason why they're so low on the list is because they kind of came in at the end. Like, okay, why? Considering they control how eco acts on mortals, I think that's reason enough for them to build all these machines. They even said,
"Don't look so upset. If you knew we Precursors were a bunch of little fuzzy rats, would you worship us? Could we run the universe?"
Not possible, buddy.
So we fluff up the myth a bit.
And we get the respect we deserve.
So clearly, even though their appearance would suggest otherwise, they know what they're doing and deserve a spot on this list. Number 9 on this list is a champion I actually hadn't played very much of, and I was considering using Vel'Koz, but he's more of a creature than a magician. I'm of course talking about the beloved sweetheart of the League of Legends, and I'm not just saying that because Tippers might, bust my house down or something. Annie, the Dark Child, this precocious little youngster, had been born with a gift, pyrokinetic abilities, and being able to summon her teddy bear at a moment's notice. Tibbers is one hell of a beast for a child like that to be summoned. Hence why she lives more towards Noxus's realm of everything. Honestly, she's scary, but she's just looking for playmates. Come on, she won't hurt you too badly. The number 8 spot goes to what every band would be remiss without: the bassist, the healer, the Killmaster. Of course, he only uses that name in order to scare off people that are after his spiders, which weave the strings necessary for him to produce a wonderful sound that will bring up the troops' morale and heal them up just right.
Nice. Thick as a baby's arm.
You meet the Killmaster relatively early in Brutal Legend, and he's introduced to you as the healing troop you might need for a couple battles. Honestly, I got away with using the Razor Girls more often, but if I needed a little bit more oomph from my girls, I would rely on him and his dulcet tones, his really nice way of playing that bass and making my troops feel great again. Let me tell you, every band needs a bassist, and every party needs a healer. Find a spot. Okay.
You've got this, man. You've got this. You're a fireballing wizard. Get out there and show your world how great you look.
Seriously, this guy doesn't need an introduction if you've seen any of the advertisements Supercell's put out on any of the Clash series with this guy in it. And there's a lot! He's a fireballing wizard to the point that he is the wizard! Let me tell you, this guy is the backbone of any good army. If you have enough protection defending him, he will wreck towers, destroy land and sky troops, any troops in general, really. With his area of effect pyrokinesis, the wizard has definitely gone through a few changes in history, especially concerning the Electro Wizard and the Ice Wizard, as well as the Magic Archer. But no Clash gamer will ever forget the OG wizard who calls himself that way. 'Cause, let's face it, he is the wizard! Damn it, only one showed up. Now, I could have put Quan Chi here, but honestly, ever since Quan Chi was introduced to Mortal Kombat, I think that's when Mortal Kombat started its decline. But I tell you what, this mage, this necromancer, this soul stealer, has always been there since the beginning to give Earthrealm a run for its money. Shang Tsung. When it comes down to Shang Tsung's personality, he's the cocky, smart guy who knows exactly what he has to do to make his minions perform properly. To the point that Earthrealm was one tournament away from completely losing their realm to Shao Kahn. That's gotta be some major training. In fact, after he did lose Earthrealm, he was able to have that silver tongue with Shao Kahn and remind him that he was also making a better daughter for Shao Kahn. You know, that was kind of a thing. Excluding the scientific aspect of Shang Tsung, though, this guy is one hell of a necromancer and one hell of a soulmancer. I guess that would fall under necromancy? Not only that, but he can turn into any fighter in the game at will, with a damage boost. I'm sure back in the day, Shang Tsung took more than his fair share of quarters out of those arcade machines, but when it comes down to the roster of Mortal Kombat, we're never going to forget Liu Kang's first victory of the Mortal Kombat tournament against Shang Tsung. Huh. How about that? Gruntilda definitely deserves a spot on this list because she was the first magical villain for many kids back in the day, and when it comes down to Baron Bird, I could have put Mumbo Jumbo, but he's a self-proclaimed shaman. She's the first witch I ever fought in a video game, and if it wasn't for Baron Bird, I'd be missing out on one hell of a boss. It took the likes of the Ginginator to take her out. Banjo and Kazooie couldn't do it alone. In the end, it was up to the Ginginator and the Jinjos coming together to help their saviors. Not only that, but she's the prime definition of a spellcaster. Cauldrons, magical incantations, everything she says is a rhyme until Banjo-Tooie ruined it. Yeah, I kind of spoiled myself on that one. Either way, Gruntilda is one hell of a boss and one hell of a magician. Ah, here we go. Okay. When tired of deciding either or, the board will show us the true form! What? This one goes to the Dark Spellcaster himself, willing to bring Ganon back at any given cost. The true Ganon. Aghanim. To the point of separating our hero into 4 separate lengths in order to try to split apart his power, and to the point of corrupting the Master Sword, to the point that he needs to go to the Dark World. Aghanim's been there every step of the way. You know, I know how influential he is to The Legend of Zelda, but surely I could have thought of someone better than that. Oh god, Maximilian the War Mage! Oh man! While I was tempted to put Kammy Koopa on here, I think the glory of Best Magic Koopa Ever belongs to Kamek. He was there since Bowser was a baby. In fact, he was Bowser's primary caretaker to raise the prince to become a wonderful king indeed. It was his duty. So, while he did it alongside Kammy Koopa, as some lore suggests, we can't forget the Magic Koopa that made Yoshi's journey with Baby Mario so hectic. We're talking about Mario here, the epitome of magic, am I right? Bottom line, Kamek deserves a high spot on this list, but there are a couple of mages that best him in the end. A mage is only good for the party as much as the game will allow, and If I know any mage that saved me from a few scrapes, Donald Duck is that mage. I can already see plenty of comments saying, guess what? Donald isn't worth anything. You're better off just replacing him with whoever you got in the world. And no. Look, I don't know where this complaint came from, but honestly, Donald has saved my life more times than not. If I have to use Cure and I know Goofy's down and Donald's down, you bet I'm gonna revive the duck so he can revive the other guy. Besides, we've got enough muscle on our team with Goofy. We need some more magic. I think the main problem is nobody really went to the settings and made sure that Donald was set right as far as his spells. So, if that was you, that was your own fault. Donald is one heck of a spellcaster and has been the entirety of Kingdom Hearts. He more than deserves this number 2 spot, because I can only think of one magician that can top this duck. And the number 1 magician in all of gaming shall come forth now! God damn! Really? Alright. Vivi from Final Fantasy IX. OG Black Mage himself, redesigned as a character that you have nothing but sympathy for. This poor thing is a thing, and he doesn't discover it until halfway through the game. Just about, with how much you have to go through to find it out. Vivi goes through one heck of a story, and you almost feel bad for the guy, the thing, because he's not a guy, he's a thing. Basically, black mages are created objects. They're not actually people. And when Vivi discovers that he's not, he remembers how much of a friend Zidane and company have been. Even to the point of Steiner doing his thing where he says to Vivi, hey, why don't you enhance my sword for some tactics? Vivi works together with his friends. He cares about his friends. And to find out that he wasn't real the whole time must have been hard. If it wasn't for Zidane and company, I could see Vivi going down a much darker path for a black mage, but he offered that kind of personality we needed in Final Fantasy IX. And Vivi, you're one hell of a partner, and you know what you're doing. Making you the number 1 mage in video gaming. No one can truly explain the mysterious and the magical, but I guarantee you that these 10 indeed have a reason to be both. This was my top 10 list of magicians in video games, magic users, spellcasters, the wonderful whimsy of the mysterious and magical that we get to explore in video gaming. But, I don't think this list is done. So why don't you go ahead and tell me in the comments below who your favorite magician in video games is, in case I missed something. For more what-ifs in the realm of video gaming and Dragon Ball alike, and top 10 lists like the top 10 dead people in video games, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Like the video if you enjoyed it, and, as always, I'll see you in the next one. Ciao. I colored Mazam. Some other third thing. Pingus. Oh!